Okay, boys, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch them. Let's do it.
Well, for a guy that places such importance on the psychological side of the game, Brian Rose looking very, very focused, just as he was that night when he took this title from Prince Aaron. But, you know, you look at the body language on the other side, Maxwell, he looks very ready. And when Rose came and stepped forward and raised his arms, Maxwell was ready to match him and meet him in the middle of the ring. He's ready as well.
He's ready, he's confident. But there's a look about Brian Rose also, very determined. This is going to be a cracker.
It's been quite a night for Blackpool already, as we start off this British light middleweight title battle. Great night for Blackpool already. Their football team has just beaten table-topping Southampton quite handily. Manager Ian Holloway has made the short trip up to the North Shore. He's sitting just behind Brian London to see how Rose gets on, and Maxwell, we know, is going to come out fast. He's going to try and feint his way to landing one of those big right hands and try and repeat what he did back in May 2010.
Well, it's a similar style from the previous contest. Brian Rose, high guard, and he'll be, I think, extra careful with that guard because he knows the power of Maxwell, so it's going to be watertight, if anything. But Maxwell, it's very important in this contest that he moves that head as he approaches, because he doesn't want to take too many punches as he's coming forward.
Well, they certainly have worked on the defensive side of his game. Bobby Rimmer, his coach, said he doesn't, after that knockout, he said he doesn't have to teach him to keep his hands up anymore. Nice spearing straight left jabs from Rose. That's going to be a weapon, and that's something Maxwell's going to have to try and find a way to deal with. Because if Rose gets that jab going, everything will flow from that.
Yeah, and it is a major weapon, that jab of Brian Rose. He used it very effectively with his straight right hand against Prince Aaron to take the title. And it's got to be in overtime tonight, that left jab, to keep his man at bay.
Again, catching him with the counter, good little left hook. But did you see how high the guard was when Maxwell launched his attack? And Maxwell, at the moment, unable to get through that guard and getting picked off. Solid shots, good work from Rose. Maxwell looking to try and open up downstairs, trying to just find a few chinks in the armour of that guard.
Yeah, a little sign there for Maxwell, wasn't there? That right hand again, it wasn't too far away. Left hook, though, from Brian Rose is impressive on the inside. So that's another weapon that Maxwell is going to have to contend with. Keep that right hand high, nice and high as he's coming forward.
Talking to Brian Rose yesterday, he said, look, we know what our game plan is, we know what his game plan is, but we are going to show him things he's never seen before and he won't expect. They expect Maxwell to just get involved in a tear-up, turn this into a brawl. And Maxwell's certainly coming forward, but Rose picking him off and opening up, and that's going to discourage Maxwell. Really good, accurate shots, terrific right uppercut. Maxwell felt that one. That was a terrific spell of work from the champion. Yeah,
good shot, good right uppercut. Maybe that's what he's talking about, showing him something different. He certainly didn't throw that punch in the previous contest between the two, so that right uppercut there, that was a special punch. Good shot.
And Maxwell has been coming forward, but he's been on the receiving end of a lot of shots. Good switch downstairs with the right hand to the body from Rose, who hits him with a combination right on the bell. What a great start for the Blackpool.
Touch him, get round the sides, yeah?
Well, Bobby Rimmer said we're going to box for a game plan. The game plan certainly produced a dividend in that opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, good start from the champion. Little left hook on the inside there from him, but the best shot for me of the round was that right uppercut from him. Here it is. Right uppercut, left hook combination finishes the round.
Terrific start. Can he keep it going? Can Maxwell make any adjustments? He's got John Pegg in his corner. He's got Len Woodall there as well. He's flown in from America to be here. And he's tough and brave and knows he's got to give it everything, Maxwell, tonight. It's a little bit better from him. And can he keep that going? Again, big cheers. Not everything getting through, though. Maxwell doing a better job defensively at the start of the second round.
Maxwell has got to start avoiding the shots as he's coming forward though, Nick. He's taking far too many, and that will definitely start to tire him out. So he must avoid shots on the inside, must block a few and keep that head moving. And again, Brian Rose keeping that distance, boxing well at this stage, the champion.
Yeah, at the moment it's going exactly according to the Rose blueprint, isn't it? Good shots again, 3 really solid scoring shots. There's another jab going through as well. And Maxwell just not showing enough movement or defensive skills to keep out of the way. This is what Rose does. He wears you down. He's not a single punch knockout merchant, not like Maxwell is, but he will wear you down, and those are solid shots. Good left hook to the body. Maxwell looking for the uppercut. Maxwell though out of range. Caught on the counter again, drawn in, punished. Got through with the uppercut. He's got his man on the ropes, getting through with another uppercut. That was better for Maxwell, but look at the response from Rose.
It was a good response, but it was a good attack from Maxwell. It sustained a little bit more pressure, and Brian Rose certainly doesn't want to be on the ropes there. His feet will come square, and this is where Maxwell will have some success.
The story is well known, and Maxwell beat him before. He said his head was just in a bad place, but Maxwell will tell you when he took that fight, he took it at a few days' notice after 8 hard rounds with Prince Aaron, who was also here tonight, an interested spectator. The former champion, not sure if he's going to compete at middleweight or light middleweight, but right now the champion pouring it on here. Maxwell gives him a look as if to say, is that it? But he doesn't want to take these punches.
Good attack from Rose. And Maxwell just sitting on the ropes there, inviting pressure. Not a sensible thing to do.
As much as you say Rose doesn't want to be on the ropes, Maxwell certainly doesn't want to be there. He can't win the fight on the ropes. Getting through with a few uppercuts here and trying another one there, Maxwell. And a lot of uppercuts going in here from Maxwell. It's obviously a punch he thinks they can do some damage with.
Better end for the round for Maxwell.
So keep that jab working.
Well, not all of those uppercuts from Maxwell are getting through, but enough are to cause some concern, and a bit of swelling to the left eye as well for Brian Rose.
Yeah, it was a good end to the round for Maxwell. Great right uppercut there. Probably the last 20-30 seconds he's certainly in control, but I don't think he did enough to win the round, to be quite honest, Nick. But it was a good end, an encouraging sign from the Birmingham man.
And if we go back into mind game territory, that is exactly what Maxwell needed. That feeling that he's got himself a foothold in this fight now. Round 3 of this 12-rounder. Brian Rose, the local man in the white trunks, making the first defence of his British light middleweight title against the only man that's ever beaten him, Maxwell. Ooh, there was that big right hand. It missed by a long way, but there's the warning sign for Rose. He's going to throw a few more of those.
Yeah, and what he'll start doing, Maxwell, he's targeting the body, you see, with that left jab. And we've worked on this before many times in the gym. Target the body with the left jab, try and bring the hands down a little bit and just distract your opponent, get him to drop his elbows and then whip the right hand over.
Well, that's effectively how it worked in the first fight, wasn't it?
It's a simple trick.
Rose applying some pressure again, or rather Maxwell applying the pressure, and Rose up against the ropes. And manages to turn his man. Victor Lachlan calls for the break. He's not had much to do so far in this fight, which is good. And Maxwell again taking those jabs. Nice inside uppercut as well from Rose. And not such a good response from Maxwell again. He's throwing punches, but a lot are getting blocked.
Well, Rose is learning, isn't he, as the fight's going on. On the ropes there, he should start to move. Catches Max again with a good left hook. But in the opposite corner there, he was on the ropes, and then he just moved off because he knows it's a bad position to be in. When you're tall and rangy, you certainly don't want to have your back on the ropes with a man like Maxwell on top of you.
Bobby Rumor said we've prepared for every eventuality. We know that Maxwell will press, and we've worked at being on the ropes. because it's going to happen. A long time since Blackpool's had a British champion, and almost as long since we've had a British title fight here. 1963, Chick Calderwood, British and Commonwealth light heavyweight titles on the line against Ron Redrup. If Rose can keep this going, there'll be a few more title fights in here, and a real sense that Blackpool is starting to re-emerge as a bit of a hotbed of British boxing. Skin, got cruiserweight. One or two others starting to come through as well and make some noise. Rose could soon have some company.
Up to now in this round, this is a good performance from Brian Rose. He's handling things. There's not enough pressure from Maxwell. He's getting to these situations, but he's not throwing enough punches. Now he's got to start throwing some if he's going to have any success. But again, good work from Brian Rose with that jab. Look at that.
Maxwell did get through with the left hand, but got a quick response. The few fans that Maxwell has brought saw that and gave their man a big cheer. Well, he's plodding forward. It's a brave, brave effort, this, from Maxwell, who's taken a lot of punishment, but he's going to have to keep doing that to get in.
And when you're slipping, look to whip.
Maxwell being told by John Pegg and Led Woodall attack the body. He is not enjoying it, Brian Rose, when he gets caught with body shots, but I don't think Maxwell's enjoying this either.
No, he's getting caught with far too many punches. This was a good sequence here from Brian Rose. Max just caught him with a left hook there, but generally 3 or 4 jabs going in here. It was better work from the champion, and he took the round again.
Round 4.
A solid start for Rose, but a long, long way to go. Maxwell very much alive and kicking in this one. And he was a bit annoyed, and his camp were a bit annoyed when they read reports that he didn't deserve this shot. And his argument is, well, yeah, I'm the only guy that beat the current British champion. I'm the only guy that has boxed 3 former champions. He gave Prince Aaron a hard fight, and he had Sam Webb, the champion before that, on the floor as well before losing on points. So nobody can say Maxwell doesn't deserve this shot.
The problem he's going to have, though, Nick, he keeps taking a lot of shots coming forward. There's going to be some damage soon around his eyes. He's just got to move the head more and avoid shots. He's taking far too many coming forward. And, you know, this is his chance. He's really got to get nasty in this fight and really take the fight to the champion. He's not doing it.
A bit of swelling under the left eye of Maxwell already. You mentioned nasty. These are two of the nicest fellows you'll meet outside of the ring. They've got to have a little bit of edge when they get in there. Good work again from Rose. He's just up the tempo a little bit here. And just able to manoeuvre Maxwell around. Maxwell really just coming forward in straight lines and getting caught on the counter, but sticking to the game plan. And you do know with Maxwell, with the best will in the world, there is no plan B. This is how he's going to win this fight. It's the only way he can see he's going to win it.
Well, the thing is, Nick, when I spoke to Maxwell several times before this fight, and I said, you're not going to win it on points up here. You've got to knock this fella out again. So he'll be looking for that one single shot to do the damage, but he's taking too much as he's coming forward.
Still coming forward, looking to get in close, working the body as he was told in his corner. Got to work that body, as they feel that Rose is not enjoying those shots, and also it'll help lower that guard and maybe open him up for the big right hand.
I think the tactics are spot on from Rose at this stage. He's obviously trying to box at range, but when Maxwell does get to him, then he's catching him with hooks on the inside, and also his guard is very, very tight. He's expecting that right hand over the top. Maybe Maxwell should be starting targeting the left hook.
Getting through the guard there, Maxwell. Again, Rose has turned him around and punished him. And that's going to dishearten Maxwell as well. He got through with a couple of shots there, and Rose just spun the thing on its head. There he is again, though. Maxwell got him on the ropes, getting through with another one of those uppercuts, trying another one. Rose again, just turning him, looking comfortable and confident. But Maxwell just keeps on chugging away.
Step to the side, bring something over.
Well, it's a real sign of confidence and control when you can just spin an attacking opponent around the way Brian Rose was doing in that last round.
Yeah, good work here from Max, but then he gets turned. Good little turn there from Brian Rose. Excellent work as he turns his man from a negative position into a very positive position. There for Brian Rose.
Round 5. Pretty much one-way traffic so far, and a right hook to the body from Rose to open up this 5th round. One-way traffic, but no shortage of effort and commitment from Maxwell and everybody in this arena, this wonderful old Victorian building, the Winter Gardens here. They all know that Maxwell, if he lands one right hand, can change the script completely. And again, jab. Effective, punishing, hurtful punches. Maxwell has taken an awful lot of them, but walked through them.
Yeah, he's a strong kid, Maxwell. He's going to have to be in this contest. Just threw a good couple of jabs himself there. But again, for me, Brian Rose is controlling things behind that jab. Gets caught here. This is better.
Yeah, good uppercut.
Maxwell.
Maxwell with that uppercut again. And Maxwell getting a little bit of success here in this 5th round. Now, can Rose keep him off? Bobby Rimmer brought in Nick Quigley, the Liverpool boxer, to replicate the style of Maxwell, and this is what they said what Quigley did, just kept coming relentlessly. So they prepared for this kind of opponent.
I think at the moment Brian Rose is picking his shots very well, but I'm more impressed with his defence. He's not actually taking any when Maxwell does get to him. Like now, there's nothing getting through, and if anything, he comes back with some quality work.
He keeps on doing it, but he's barely forced a backward step out of Maxwell, who's absorbed all these punches and keeps coming back for more. Good left hook to the body. Maxwell again looking for that uppercut inside. And again, Rose backs off, and Maxwell is giving him no breathing room at all. Got to admire Maxwell's effort. He said his only chance, first and last chance saloon, and he is giving it everything he's got.
I think there's got to be a change though from Max. He can't get through with his shots because Brian Rose, they've done the homework. When he's in at close quarters, he's got a very tight guard. It's difficult to get through, so he's got to try and draw the lead maybe, and he's got to then counter punch with the right hand over the top, but it's got to be, I think, when Rose is actually throwing his jab.
Still keeping up the pressure here. Maxwell. Rose boxing on the back foot, now picking his man off in style. Good use of the right hand again from Rose. Well, a lot of interested observers here. Maxwell has brought a lot of his stablemates. Rose's stablemates are here, and the former holder of this title is here as well, Prince Aaron, who may or may not be moving up to middleweight. We're not sure, he's not sure. But well, maybe he can tell us. He's with Ed Robinson now.
Well, Aaron, first of all, what do you make of the fight so far?
You know, it's a good fight. For me, Brian's won every round up to now. You know, he's got behind that jab well. You know, he's boxing really well. You know, he's turning Maxwell well. But, you know, Max is very, very tough. You know, it's round 6 now. Brian wants to keep you know, a bit in the tank for the later rounds because you know Max is very, very strong and you know comes on top late, but you know he's boxing very, very well behind that jab and he looks good.
Maxwell's coming forward, but he's getting hit too much, isn't he?
Yeah. Brian's picking him off, you know, as he comes forward. You know, Max needs to move his head more, but you know Brian's got a sharp jab tonight and he looks good.
Thanks, Aaron.
Good to hear from Prince Aaron. He's changed camps, no longer with Bob Shannon. He looks to try and start his career again after that. What was at the time a big shock defeat to Brian Rose. A lot of people were getting very much on the Aaron bandwagon. Brian Rose derailed that emphatically. Here we are, round 6 of this 12-rounder. It's flying by. The pace has been pretty much the same. The style hasn't changed much. Rose, the champion, has been forced onto the back foot by this relentless pressure, but it's pressure without a result so far for Maxwell. Prince Aaron doesn't think he's won a round. Would you give him a round?
No, maybe a share of one of them, if that. But It's a good night's work from Brian Rose at this stage, but you know there's 12 rounds to this fight, so we'll have to see Max if he's going to come on. If he's going to come on later on in the contest.
And this, of course, is the round 6, May 2010. This is the round where Brian Rose felt the full force of that over-the-top right hand.
See, there's not a lot getting through there, Nick, you see, from Maxwell. Lots of pressure. The zip's gone out of his punches a little bit. And that's because he's took so many.
And so many have been blocked. But he keeps on coming, getting through again. Got that first with a right hand. That was a decent punch.
Yeah, that was a good shot from Maxwell. That'll give him confidence.
And it's volume, I think, for Maxwell, isn't it? He thinks if he throws enough, one of them's going to connect and just detonate. He looked for it there.
So when you've got a man who thinks he can't be hurt, who keeps coming forward, he's very, very dangerous. And that's Maxwell, pouring on the pressure.
Again, turning him handily. Maxwell showboating there. Oh, what's that all about? The mind games go on.
You got to remember, Nick, he's got to try something different, hasn't he? He's been outboxed here. That was a better shot.
With another right hand. There's that right uppercut again. That's been the most effective punch of the fight for Maxwell. Again, Rose looks to get in first and just let him know who's boss. But Maxwell has had some success, but here comes Rose again. But it's now starting to turn into a bit of a brawl, and that's going to suit Maxwell.
Yeah, sustained pressure now from Maxwell, that's better. Rose is boxing very well on the back foot. The occasional right hand's getting through from Maxwell. And that's the shot that will do the damage, if at all.
Tough old round, this one. A much more even round, although there was that good response from Rose. And Maxwell giving it everything he's got. And really responding to John Pegg, who's just jumped through the ropes there. He said to him, give it everything you've got.
You've got to go out with it, more jabs, but you're working nice now. He doesn't want to be here. 6 rounds to go, he doesn't want to be here, but you've got to keep going. Everything has to be left in the ring. Double jabs, body, keep it in the left hook up. His left hand's starting to come down. Whip the right hand over the top. Now breathe deep for me. Keep it relaxed. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, some better work here from Maxwell. Good right uppercut, but then he lets his man off the ropes again, foolishly walking forward with his hands low, just showing his confidence. But it was a good response again from Brian Rose on the back foot. And the guard straight up again. Difficult to penetrate that guard.
Back in the fight all the time. Do you know what I mean, mate? So, not, you know, them jabs now, you know that fist that bang bang. He's too tough to hold off, so boxing him.
Bobby Rimmer, the king of calm.
Keep stepping to the side.
Second down, round 7.
Nothing seems to get his pulse rate going. Everything very controlled and stable in there. Good start with the jab in round 7 for Brian Rose. Maxwell comes out like a human threshing machine again. There's another one of those long looping right hands. None of them have landed. But he is giving it everything he's got. And he's taking an awful lot of punches as a result. Good work again defensively from Rose. Really tucked in those elbows.
Yeah, being out jabbed as well there, Maxwell, but he seems so determined tonight. Keeps coming forward. Seems to have got a little bit of confidence from that last round.
Well, he had some moments, didn't he? Is he going to be able to set up one of those long right hooks?
This is going to be a very stiff test for Brian Rose, mentally and physically. Physically, is he fit enough to go the 12 rounds at this pace with a man who keeps coming forward? And mentally, can he hold it together? He showed great mental strength against Prince Aaron when he won the title, and it looks like he's going to have to have that type of performance mentally again tonight.
Well, his psychologist Emma James is sitting ringside as well. The woman who, in Brian's own words, saved his career. He was finished, he was washed up, didn't think he could do it anymore. But Emma James managed to turn everything around and put him in a good place mentally. And he's in a tough old ring at the moment with a very committed opponent, Maxwell. There's no frills to Max's game, but he has his game plan and he is sticking to it. Well, you've got to admire Maxwell and his work rate and the way he's prepared to take punches, and maybe that's one of the big problems that Brian Rose is going to have as he, assuming he defends here and moves up. He does wear opponents down. That's how he gets his stoppages. He doesn't have the big punch. And he's hit Maxwell with so much and just can't get rid of him. Another good combination. Maxwell has walked through that.
Yeah, but for all Maxwell's effort, the quality is definitely coming from Brian Rose. I'm more impressed with Brian Rose on the back foot than I am with Max on the front foot. He's worked scrappy. He's not really getting through because of that tight defence from Brian Rose. He has got to find more accurate shots, Maxwell.
Yeah, there really is a smoothness and a rhythm and a tempo and a good left hand from Rose. And how much more of this can Maxwell take? Another strong round, and for the first time in this fight, Maxwell looked a little bit weary going back to his corner. I think he felt that long left hand.
Yeah, good shot right at the end of the round, wasn't it, from Rose?
I mean, that's a stat that really tells the tale of the fight. But that's the first time you just get the sense that Maxwell started to lose heart here. That left hand hurt him.
Yeah, right at the end of the round, then he takes a couple of good combinations. Lovely little right uppercut left hook there. And then right at the end of the round, we see a great straight left. There it was there.
That's the one.
That was a super punch.
Well, one-way traffic as far as Prince Aaron and Richie Woodall are concerned, and the stats would tend to agree with that.
10 seconds, corners.
But can Brian Rose build on that strong finish?
Second
What
out.
has that minute's rest
Round
done for
8.
Maxwell? You just got the sense that some self-belief drained from Maxwell as he went back to his corner there. Is that a turning point in this fight?
Yeah, we're moving into a very important stage of the contest now. There was a few signs there that Brian Rose is getting through with some quality shots right at the very end. And is it going to affect Maxwell mentally?
It's the old story. Maxwell trying to set up the right hand with those jabs, but Rose seeing it all coming in, the dig downstairs, good variety, good tempo again from Rose. But Maxwell just banging away, flicking out those left jabs, trying to land the one leveler that he's got, that big right hand. And again, absorbing a lot of punishment.
I think, Nick, Maxwell also, he's got to start landing more double jabs to close the gap down. That double jab, then send the right hand over. As he's coming forward with just single shots, they aren't enough. I think Brian Rose, the camp, they've done their homework, they're prepared for that, and they're working well on the inside as well.
You look at Maxwell as he tries to throw another one of those right hands. That looks tired, and that's what I was going to say, Richie. Fatigue. He's put so much into this, Maxwell. He's taken punishment as well. Can he sustain this through 12 rounds?
Well, he's trained hard. He's a fit, strong kid, but not only is he getting tired because of the work rate that he's set, he's getting tired because he's taking too many shots. They tire a fighter.
Well, he has trained hard. He said for the first time in his career he had a full 10-week camp. He usually gets 10 minutes. And he sparred with the likes of Frankie Gavin and Cal Brook, as well as the guys in the gym. Rose can't get rid of him, but Rose sticking to his game plan, staying focused, and doing what he needs to do.
Better work again, Rose. Maxwell keeping him on the ropes there.
Well, those uppercuts getting through, but Rose with a good response again. And at what point does Maxwell start to think, I can't do this? Every time I land, Rose hits me back. Can Rose break Maxwell mentally? Can Maxwell find the one big punch that could turn everything around? As gutsy and as admirable as Maxwell has been, you can't make a case for him winning a round in this fight.
No, but you can't question his heart. I don't think he'll break him mentally. You know, he really is a tough kid, Nick. Maxwell.
Another round in the Champions Ledger. Another tough 3 minutes without much joy for a very brave challenger.
You're waiting a little bit too long. Let the straight right hand go. Also, when he's unloading and you block him.
Lovely right uppercut on the inside there from Brian Rose. Super punch. Boxed very well on the back foot.
Are you feeling good?
They seem to be prepared for everything, don't they?
Nice and relaxed, get in that place.
That's exactly what Bobby Rimmer said. We have prepared for everything.
Deep breath. 1, 2, listen, he's ready for it now. Now you can start putting it in. 1, 2 left up to the body, yeah? 1, 2 left up to the body.
There's
Then
Bobby
bang
Rimmer
it
saying
again.
now, we can go for the finish.
Pace when you're stuck in one go. Start upping it now, yeah? Body and head. Block, bang. Block, bang.
Start throwing some world in his body.
He's open. He's open when he's punching. Block, bang. Every time. Every time now, Max.
Seconds out. Round 9.
It's been a good fight. It might have been one-way traffic, but take nothing away from what Maxwell has brought to this contest. Heart, commitment and hunger, and he's giving it everything he's got. And as long as he's in there, and as long as there's still a round to be fought, he's going to have a chance. He's going to have that puncher's chance. There's the hook to the body from Rose, Bobby Rimmer was talking about.
At this stage, Nick, you would say that probably the only thing that can beat Brian Rose at this stage is his complacency, lack of concentration, because Max keeps coming, keeps looking for that one shot, and there's still a few rounds left, so he's got to maintain the pace, and the concentration level's got to be very, very high if he's to retain the title.
Sometimes in the later rounds, if someone's cut corners in training, it'll get them. Don't get the sense that these two have been cutting any corners. They really have put the work in. A couple of real good pros. And here's Maxwell again. There's the 1-2 to the body, the switch up to the uppercut. Rose punishes him with a right hook. So many of those punches are getting blocked, but enough do get through. The work rate for Maxwell and the way he's been able to maintain it, but you pointed this out earlier, Richie. Some of the snap has gone from Maxwell's punches, and a good response again from Rose.
The quality in the work isn't there, you see, from Maxwell. There's plenty of punches being thrown, but the quality, the accuracy isn't there. There's not a lot that's actually getting through to Brian Rose.
Even when he's throwing, Richie, you can see the power's just draining away. Which is hardly surprising again. Those left jabs just pumping into the face of Maxwell, who plods forward bravely, getting caught with another one of those left hooks to the body. Then the switch upstairs, Maxwell taking it all, trying to find something. But so far, nothing there for him. Good combination again from Rose. And again, boxing within a comfort zone. Can Maxwell knock him out of it?
Yeah, good tactics from Rose. I've been impressed with his work on the inside as well. Tucked up well. And again, catches Maxwell on the inside, where you would think that's where Maxwell would favour the fight, but he keeps getting caught.
Again, Maxwell gets the crowd to their feet. Not everything landed, but enough did, just to remind Maxwell, as if he needed a reminder, of who's the governor in there. And again, solid, hurtful punches. Maxwell takes them. But it's another round where he's been on the receiving end. Well, we've got a lot of people watching this fight and enjoying it. We've got Ian Holloway somewhere, tucked away behind Brian London. David Price is here as well. He's in action in Aintree on what is a mega night on May the 19th. Don't make any plans to go out that night. Amir Khan in action, David Price in action.
Calm down, move forward, move your head, whip your shots in there.
Some good work again here from Brian Rose on the inside. Puts his shots together well and then just moves back to safety.
Nice deep breath, nice and relaxed. Keep it sharp. Listen, bang, bang, left up to the body. Keep that work on. Or to the head. Round the back of the head now, son.
Strategy at all. You haven't altered your scorecard at all. Let's be picky. Let's be a little bit critical. Should Brian Rose have got this fella out of there by now?
Well, I know a little bit more than a lot of people do about Max Maxwell. He's extremely tough, extremely strong. I think Brian Rose has boxed a perfect fight up to now. And no, I don't think he should have got him out of there because, as I said, it would take a very good and a hard punch to stop Max Maxwell because he is exceptionally strong, as he's proven.
He's only been stopped twice. Both of them were really early ones as well. And one of them, he'd had Tom Doran, the young prospect, on the floor before he was rocked and stopped. But in both those stoppages, which he insists were premature, he was not floored. He's never been on the deck. That's a mark of his toughness. I've been impressed with him, with his mental toughness as much as anything. We talk so much about psychology with Brian Rose because of the connection with Emma James, his psychologist, but the toughness that Max Maxwell's had to show here to have been punished as much as he has and yet to still be sticking bravely to this game plan. You've got to admire and respect him.
Yeah, he still keeps coming forward, doesn't he? He doesn't seem to be able to change, though, Nick. He's very square, a bit flat-footed, and he generally is easy to hit. I expect him to move his head a lot more tonight. He hasn't done that, but in terms of pressure, persistence, then 10 out of 10.
Had some moments of success, but they've been few and far between. Those right uppercuts, they've got through. Rose saw that long right hand coming, and he saw that one coming as well. He's still watchful of it, and then gets him on the counter once again. How often have we said that tonight? And how often has the response from Maxwell been straight back? But that was a huge right hand, and Maxwell felt that. That might have been the best punch of the whole fight from Brian Rose right there. Just a tiny glimmer of a buckle at the knees from Maxwell when that one landed.
Yeah, the volume's coming from Maxwell, the quality work, the quality punch is definitely coming from the champion Rose. It's been a good round from Maxwell. Keeps coming.
Decent right hand again. Again, Maxwell just absorbs it and says, right, let's have some more. Another right uppercut getting through from the challenger.
Yeah, good right hand from Maxwell as well, went in there.
You know, you could shuffle these rounds up, Richie. 10 rounds, they've all been mirror images of each other.
Yeah. Oh, good right uppercut as well from Max Maxwell.
Well, it's been the only punch that he's scored with any great success, and it's been there for him all night. There's another one. Well, that's something at the end of this one Bobby Rimmer and his team will be taking a look at. Another good left hook from Rose. Good quality punches once again from the champion. In control, but he just can't get rid of this fella. And if a couple of rounds ago I was saying he looked like he might be ready to fold, well, as you say,
you've got him.
This fella's tough.
You've got to draw him into a fight, Max. Move your head, come up with a shot. Forget the body now. If he's worn down, he's worn down. You've got to start with 6 minutes. Max, move the shoulder with your punch. Don't tense, just let him go with relaxation, okay?
All the stats tell their own tale.
2 rounds.
We have 3 judges at ringside, and if judges reward pressure and effort, well, who knows, this one might be a little bit closer.
Good little right uppercut on the inside there from Brian Rose. There it was again, just a different angle. But sheer persistence. There's that right hand from Maxwell.
Corners.
Caught Rose just above us. It was his best shot of that round.
Seconds out, round 11.
Just one more after this. It's been one of those fights you can't take your eyes off, simply because of the history of these two. And as much as Richie has Brian Rose winning every round, you have to admire Maxwell and what he's brought to the party. And just remember, when Rose won this title against Prince Aaron, that was a comprehensive victory. Even Aaron admitted that afterwards, but it was a split decision in the end. One of the judges saw it in Aaron's favour, so you never know how these judges view it.
Well, I'll be absolutely amazed if this is a split decision, Nick, to be quite honest, because
so would I.
The champion has boxed very well here tonight,
but you never know. Maxwell is still hoping to take the judges out of the equation altogether. Well, here we go again. Maxwell against the ropes, or rather Rose against the ropes. Maxwell landing those right uppercuts. And Rose coming back with a response, but this is better from Maxwell. He's keeping the momentum and the initiative here, and Rose now needs to find a little response, just to let him know he's still in charge. Good again from Maxwell. He slipped the punch, got inside, managed to get his punches off. This is a good little spell. Best spell of the fight for Maxwell.
Yeah, really coming forward now, confident. Felt he had a good round in his last round. Maybe he's feeling that Rose is just tiring a little bit. But I think the difference in this fight, Nick, between the last one is that Brian Rose hasn't presented enough opportunities for Maxwell to land that big right hand. The defence has been fantastic. In these type of situations, he hasn't left his chin out, his hands have been up, and there just hasn't been the opportunities there to land that shot.
The work rate in this round has certainly dropped from Rose. See if we can pick it up as we get into the last minute of this round. Maxwell still doing what he wants to do in this round. Rose looked to land the left of the body. Maxwell saw that coming and blocked it off. Again, he likes to throw those two punches downstairs, then bring in the right uppercut. Had a lot of success with that. And the difference in this round, for the first time in the fight, Rose isn't coming back with counters. Is he taking a breather, or is he really feeling this now?
Probably a little bit of both, to be quite honest. He's just allowing Maxwell to get to him a little bit more than usual.
Well, it would be a stone-hearted judge who doesn't give this round to Maxwell.
Yeah, he's got his best round by far.
And Rose tried to throw some punches there, and they all missed, and I think he is feeling this pace. You wouldn't be at all surprised. Good round for the challenger, but this fella has got so many in the bank.
You've got to win the next round.
You've got to win again next round. Sorry, Steve.
Do you hear? You've got to win the next round. Listen.
And the mind games keep on coming.
Yeah, good right uppercut on the inside there from Maxwell. He had some good success in that round, pinning his man on the ropes, got through, a couple of good right hands. There he is again.
You're too far behind.
His best round.
No singles. Bang, bang, bang. Cool. Bang, bang, bang. Max 3 minutes. You've got to want it more now. Come on. Come on, go out and win it for me.
Stalk him now, Max. Come on, have a go, lad.
Right?
I'm proud on you, Max. Come on,
No
lad.
singles now.
Yeah, everybody should be proud of Maxwell. He should certainly be proud of himself. And interesting, though, what they're saying in this corner is you've got to go out and win this round.
Well, I find that amazing. Maybe that's just a bit of kidology in that corner, just to keep their man on his toes, basically.
Whereas there was realism in the other corner. They know Maxwell needs that knockout to win this. The last round, it's been a terrific scrap. It really has. Good to see big-time boxing back in Blackpool. Brian Rose, can he deliver the result they all want? Or can Maxwell yet find something? The tide has turned a little bit in the later rounds, but surely not enough for Maxwell. He's got to go and leave it all on the line here.
Yeah, it's all or nothing now for Maxwell. Just got to throw everything in the kitchen sink as well at him.
Well, if you admire two fellas who go in there and just give it everything they've got, this has been a terrific fight. They've just come in and done what they had to do. Rose has been so in control, especially in those early rounds, but Maxwell just wouldn't give him any breathing room, and there's been nowhere to hide in that ring tonight for either man.
Better work now from Maxwell. Keeps coming forward.
Well, it's amazing to see this. And Maxwell clearly finishing the stronger. And Rose will be happy to hear this final bell. Getting through again, Rose. Digging in with the left hook to the body after the initial attack went upstairs. Maxwell absorbs it all and comes back for more. And still he comes. And now Rose is starting to pick him off again, finding his second wind. Is there yet going to be a late twist? Less than 90 seconds.
Clever boxing there from Brian Rose. Won't stay on the ropes for too long, then turns his man. This is where Maxwell has got to seize his opportunity if he's going to win this with that big shot. But Rose comes back again. Crowd are going wild behind us.
Defensive work from Rose. Then the switch downstairs as well. Clever boxing again. And has the storm passed, has the brief moment of slim opportunity for Maxwell gone. There was just a little moment there where you wondered if Rose was going to start to fold up. But it looks like he's come back and he's regrouped.
The effort from Maxwell has been absolutely superb, 100%. But the quality in the work has been better, much better from the champion. And again, just seizes up on the inside there.
And who said Maxwell doesn't belong in a British title fight? You're wrong. You're flat out wrong. Been a great scrap. A credit to both boxers.
Yeah, and again, mentally strong Brian Rose. He's carried the game plan out right every round, and he's won this by a wide margin on my scorecard.
And if ever two boxers deserve a standing ovation, surely it's these two. Everybody on their feet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, British Championship boxing comes to Blackpool. What a contest. Please pay tribute to both boxers in the ring. After 12 rounds of championship boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Howard Foster sees the contest 119-110. Judge Steve Gray sees the contest 119-111. And Judge Terry O'Connor 119-110. All in favour of the winner and still British light middleweight champion,